Hello everyone. In the last video I have drawn the Kabaddi court, and today now I am going to tell you history of Kabaddi, measurement, latest general rules, fundamental skills, terminology and important tournament of Kabaddi. So student, history of Kabaddi. This game has its origin in the Indian subcontinent. It is a rural game and is very popular in the rural parts of India, as it has simple rules and does not require any equipment. Kabaddi rules were formed in the year 1923 and later revised in the year 1934. Kabaddi is controlled by International Kabaddi Federation, established in the year 1952. In the year 1950, the Kabaddi Federation of India was founded and it compiled a standard set of rules. In India, Kabaddi Federation of India regulates its rules and development. Kabaddi was a demonstration game in the year. In 1982 Asian Games at New Delhi, it was officially introduced in the Asian Games in the year 1990. Though this is not an Olympic Games, yet efforts are going on to get its recognition in Olympics. India has the honor of winning all the gold medals in the Asian Games. In the simple language of Indian Kabaddi, Kabaddi is a very old and traditional game of India. It is very healthy game. It is played in all parts of our country with a lot of passion. This game is extremely popular in the village and small town in India. Kabaddi is the outdoor game, but unlike other games, playing the game of Kabaddi does not require any game equipment like bat, ball, stick and many more. Kabaddi can be simply played in a simple and open ground. It does not even require house playground like hockey, cricket, etc. This game is played between two teams. Each team have 5 reserve players. Playground is divided into 2 equal areas. One member of a team is sent to the opposition team, counting in the word Kabaddi, Kabaddi, Kabaddi continuously while holding his breath. He has to try touching players from the opposing team and return to his area. If opponent team catch him and do not allow him to return, he will be out and has to leave the court. The duration of a match is 40 minutes for men and 30 minutes for women, with a break of 5 minutes in between for the teams to change sides. Kabaddi is a sport where attack is an individual effort but defense is a group effort. No loose fitting dress is allowed. While playing Kabaddi, only a short and wave is considered proper dress for the game. India has taken part in 4 Asian Games in Kabaddi and won gold and all of them. There are 4 forms of Kabaddi played in India: Amar, Sanjeevani, Hutu Tu Tu Tu, and Gemini. Amar is generally played in Punjab, America, Canada, and other parts of the world, mostly by Punjabi sportsmen. Sanjeevani is the most played form of Kabaddi in India, and the word this is the front used in international matches generally has played in Asian Games. Hututu was placed by men in Maharashtra state. Hututu is a much together version of Kabaddi. India won the Kabaddi World Championship in 2007, beating Iran. And the modern Kabaddi is a synthesis of the game played in various forms under different names. Kabaddi received international exposure during the 1936 Berlin Olympics. Hanuman Vyayam Prasharak Mandal, Amravati, Maharashtra. The game was introduced in the Indian Olympic Games at Calcutta in 1938. In 1950, the All India Kabaddi Federation came into existence and compiled standard rules. The Amateur Kabaddi Federation of India was founded in 1973 after formation of the Amateur Kabaddi Federation of India. The first men's national were held in Tamil Nadu, Madras, renamed Chennai, while the women's were in AKFI has given new shape to the rules. The Asian Kabaddi Federation was founded under the chairmanship of Kabaddi. In the 1998 Asian Games held at Bangkok, Thailand, the Indian Kabaddi team clinched and gold medal. The chief coach of the team was former Kabaddi player and coach late SP Singh. In the last video, I have drawn the Kabaddi code and measurement, but then revised the measurement of Kabaddi code. Measurement of Kabaddi code. Dimension of the playfield of Kabaddi for men or senior: 13 meter length into 10-meter width, and women and juniors 12-meter length and 8-meter width. Width of the lobby 1 meter. Distance of the center line from buck line men 3.75 meter and women's 3 meter. Width of the center line and other lines 5 centimeter. Size of the block for men 1 into 8 meter and size of the block for women and juniors 1 into 6 meter. Number of players in each team 12 players. Number of players who take part in a match 7 players, men's and women's both. Duration of a match for men duration of 20 minutes each. Duration of match for women and juniors 2 duration of 15 minutes each. Period of interval 5 minutes. Official 7. First referee, 2 umpire, 1 scorer, 1 timekeeper and 2 linesmen. Latest general rules of Kabaddi and rules of Kabaddi. First, each team shall consist of no more than 12 players with only 7 taking to the field at any one time. Next, because of the physical nature of Kabaddi, matches are categorized in age and weight categories. Next, there are 6 officials looking after each Kabaddi match. The official comprise of a referee, a scorer, 2 assistant scorer and 2 umpire. Next, the duration of the match is 2 halves of 20 minutes with a half-time break of 5 minutes. At the start of a Kabaddi match, there is a coin toss with the winner having the choice as the whether to have first grade or not. In the second half of the match, them that did not read first shall begin and second half with a raid. Next, to win a point when reading, the raider must take a breath and run into the opposition half and tag one or more members of the opposing team and then return to their one half of the pitch before inhaling again. Next, to prove that another breath has not been taken, the raider must continue to repeatedly yell the word Kabaddi. Failure to do this even for just a movement means that the raider must return to their one side of the court without points and the opposite team is awarded a point for a successful defense play. Got it? Then next, the team being raided is defending and the players must prevent the raiders from tagging them and returning back over the halfway line. We list in defense. A team may score a point by successfully preventing the raider returning to their one half after tagging them. Raiders may only be garbed by their limbs or torso, not by their hair, clothes, or anywhere else, and defenders are not permitting to cross the center line. The next, each team will take turns in reading and defending. Following halftime, the two teams switch sides of the court and the team who defended first in the first half begin the second half by reading. Last topic, the last point, the game continues in this way until the time is up. The team with the most points at the end of the match is declared the winner. Next topic is fundamental skills of Kabaddi. Two fundamental skills mainly are involved in the game of Kabaddi. First, offensive skill, and second, defensive skill. First, offensive skill. These offensive skills are performed by raider to touch opponents and come back safe to one half after raid. These skills are cannot side kick, roll kick, toe kick, front kick, cross kick, round kick, curve kick, and dodging kick. Can't. Can't is a repeated clear sound of the word Kabaddi Kabaddi in one single breath during read by the reader. Toe touch. Toe touch is performed by the reader to touch the opponent by toe or leg during raid. Next, side kick. In this, the raider tries to touch opponent by side kicking, keeping in mind that opponent should not hold the leg. Next, front kick. Front kick. In front kick, the raider tries to kick from front in a desiring kick by and showing back to opponent. Then next, defensive skills. These are the defensive skills performed to guard raider. Defensive skills are like knee catch, ankle catch, wrist catch, chain formative, 3-2-2 formation, front back formation, etc. First, knee catch. In this, the catcher holds or grabs the knee catch. This is raider is unable to escape from the grip of catcher. Next, ankle catch. In this, the catcher visualizes the movement of raider very carefully and grabs the raider ankle firmly. Catcher pulls the raider close and make him to fall. Thigh catch. It is holding the raider from thigh part. The skills have variation like one thigh catch or double thigh catch. Next, crocodile catch. It is holding the arm of raider from a distance, later pulling it closer. Next and last, wrist catch. It is grabbing the wrist and pulling the raider closer. And other skills of dodging, movements of hands and feet, attention and sight, attack or raid, holding or catch, formation, whole round, half round, single cover, double cover. Terminology of Kabaddi. Buck line. What is buck line? Buck line is said to be crossed when any part of the body of the raider is in contact with the ground between the buck line and the end line of the opposite court, and no other part of the raider's body is in contact with the ground between the buck line and the midline. Next, lobby. When a raider touches the defenders, the lobby area marked in yellow on the court is achieved. Both the teams can use the lobby area now during the tackle. 8. Super raid. When a player is able to touch 3 or more players and the raid is successful, then it's a super raid and he gets an extra point. This is a super raid. Raid. The process of a player going to the opponent half to touch a player is called a raid. Can't. When a player goes to the half of the opponent, he has to can't. Kabaddi is one breath in a continuous process that can't in also known as can't. Block. As the name suggests, when the raider is deep on one side of the court, making his chances against the corner defenders, he is caught unawares at the back when another defender completely blocks his road with his interior body. Next, chain tackle. Coordination is the key here. This is when 2 or more defenders plan and form a chain to block the raider's path and then execute one of the holds to stop him in his area. Lona. This term is defined for 2 extra points earned by when it is able to put the earlier opposing team out. Tackle. When an opposing team is able to hold a player in its own court, that process is called a tackle. Next, struggle. This is the process when a player is held by the entire opposing team to go back to his court when he is trying to get back to his side of the court. Next, pursuit. This is the process when an opposing player comes to the court of his opponent to stop the player when he is returning back to his side of the court. Tournaments of Kabaddi. First, Pro Kabaddi League. Second, National Kabaddi Championship. Next, Federation Cup. Next, Beach National Kabaddi Championship. Next, Departmental National Kabaddi Championship. P and T Cup, All India School Games, All India Inter-University. So, I hope understood the Kabaddi. So, thank you class. Stay home, stay safe.